Pat's Hot Cakes, and I'm going to teach you how to make vegan cornbread. We're actually going to make cornbread muffins. You can definitely make this recipe in a bread pan, a loaf pan, but I prefer the muffins because it's a nice individual serving. Okay, so for these cornbread muffins, we're going to start with the dry ingredients. It's just a classic dry ingredients, well in the center, wet ingredients, pour wet into dry. Very simple. First, this is 1 cup cornmeal. Now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons whole wheat flour. You could use buckwheat flour as well for a gluten-free version of this recipe. I'm going to add a 1/4 teaspoon cayenne pepper. Then we have a 1/2 teaspoon baking soda and 3 teaspoons baking powder. And then last but not least on the dry ingredients is a 1/4 cup raw dehydrated cane sugar, organic cane sugar. So then we're just gonna use a whisk, or you could use a fork as well. So I'm gonna make a well in the center here, and I'm gonna set this off to the side, and I'm gonna move to the wet ingredients. For the wet ingredients, I have 1 cup rice milk, vegetable oil here, 2 tablespoons, and I use canola oil, and then 1 teaspoon white wine vinegar. I'm going to whisk this together a little bit before we add the other items here. The next thing is 4 ounces diced green chilies. This is kind of one of the keys to this recipe, making this recipe unique, are the diced green chilies. And the other key thing is the fresh corn. You can use frozen corn if it's winter, but I've got some fresh sweet corn that was cut off the cob like an hour ago. And then we're just gonna pour the wet into the dry. It's so simple. So I'm gonna preheat the oven to 400, and I'm gonna get my muffin tin ready. Okay, so this recipe actually calls for 1 cup whole wheat flour, not 2 tablespoons like I said before. So just be sure that you read your recipe thoroughly. That's my cautionary tale to you. I noticed it looked really liquidy, so I knew something was wrong. Luckily, this is a very simple, low maintenance recipe, and it will survive by adding the flour right now. But a lot of times with baking, you can't do that. So just be sure you really read thoroughly while you're assembling your ingredients. So now this is what the batter should look like, corrected. So that was an additional 12 tablespoons for a total of 1 cup whole wheat flour. Equal parts whole wheat flour and corn. I love using ice cream scoopers to fill muffin tins. Top that off. So you don't want to fill your muffin tins all the way to the top. These do rise a little bit. If you're using a loaf pan, you're just going to grease the loaf pan and then fill it with the mixture. So we're going to put these in the oven for 12 minutes at 400, and then we're going to check them. It should take about 15. Check these out. Perfect cornbread muffins. Despite my little kitchen snafu, they turned out great, and I cannot wait to try one. Well, that's it for the cornbread muffins, you guys. Thanks so much for watching and learning how to make vegan cornbread with fresh corn and green chilies. Please serve this recipe to your friends and family and enjoy it with them as I have.